Thank you very much, Chris Shear and Devin Harris back here in our Yes Network studios. It's a shame that wasn't exciting at all. The Nets were down by as many as 15 points in the first half. They used a 19-3 run, extended run between the third and the fourth quarter to take control, and they hold on at the end. Kyrie Irving was just another great game, Devin.
Yeah, this team is learning how to win close games. You know, didn't get the start that they wanted. Made some adjustments at halftime. Like I said, this team does not panic when it gets down. Offensively, they're gifted enough to overcome big leads. We saw that again in the third quarter. And they just took it one possession at a time. Enough stops to put it in a situation where Kyrie can get to work and go into a rhythm. We saw in the fourth quarter another great fourth quarter for him, and just get enough stops to win the game at the end.
Yeah, the Nets turned that 15-point deficit into a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter. But you got to give the Hawks credit. They fought back, and they made this a game late. Let's take a look at some highlights down the stretch here. First, with the Aaron Holiday three here. Hawks trailing by 3 with just under 2 minutes to go, and Holiday ties things up at 104 apiece. Next, Kevin Durant. It's always nice to have Kevin Durant on your squad late in the game.
To the spot, going left mid-range. He shoots that clip at a 58% clip.
John Collins, talked about him in the first half.
Yeah, got the switch, turns around, nice shot right there. You know, big mistake right there. They got to switch over and let a big guy come over and kick Kyrie out.
This was huge and could have cost the Nets the game. Kevin Durant actually hits that one to put him up 108-106. Then this could have cost him the game. Durant gets doubled. Ball goes through Kyrie Irving's hands, and he fouls here. And Dev Stradamus came through again. He said DeJounte Murray was going to miss one of those free throws. He did. Kyrie Irving misses this three. John Collins skies in for the rebound, and here they come, Devin.
Yeah, you got a good look at it. I would have liked him to keep it in his left hand. There was more space over there, but, you know, tough shot, not a lot of time to get a good shot off, and, you know, the Nets survived.
They survived this one, their 10th straight victory. How about this? 15 of 16. They're 11-1 in December. That's the best in franchise history for a month. And it's their 7th straight win on the road. It's like nothing can stop them right now. You've been in this situation where you just feel like you can't lose.
Yeah, when you're on a winning streak, you know, you find little things to win the game, and it's a game kind of within a game. And, you know, no matter if you get down big or, you know, if you're blowing teams out, you find ways to get yourself back into the game. But we've seen this team time and time again turn big deficits into leads, and just enough to get those big guys going in the second half. You know, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, you know, usually it's Kevin in the third, Kyrie in the fourth. And you just want to tread water, especially in a game like this where you're not shooting pretty well, to get just enough to get these guys in a position like, okay, you guys can take it from here. And Kyrie just did just that.
Yeah, we talked in the pregame show about having a Batman and a Batman.
Right.
And you always hear that 1-2 punch saying too, but with the Nets it's really a 1-1 punch. And we saw that in the fourth quarter with Kyrie Irving. Devin, he scored 8 points. It's like deja vu all over again, because Monday he scored 8 points in the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. He did the same thing tonight.
Yeah, it takes him just one shot to get into rhythm. Once you get a good look at it, you know, and he makes it, I think right here, this gets to the point where the fadeaway, okay, this is when you let you know he's in rhythm. That's a tough shot for most guys. And this shot right here is just ridiculous. If you let him get to this spot, this is where he hits all of his big shots. The right wing right there. And then once he hit that one, I mean, you got to test it out. And Fuego, he lets this one go right there. And at the point, you know, there's nothing you really can do. And he's got the handle enough to go and be able to finish right here, hang with the left, and one right here. I mean, once he's in this kind of mode, like, you just let him go and just let him work.
Something I noticed on that and one, too, and I want to get your comment on this, it's almost as if he waited for John Collins to turn his body when he was hanging in the air so he could get the contact. That was next level.
Well, yeah, once he puts in his left hand, you know, now it's a point where we're looking to see what the defense is doing. And then he protects himself by switching back over to the right, getting the body contact to finish. There's nobody that's finishing better at a 6'2" clip. This guy's amazing.
You see it right there. 5 for 12 through the first 3 quarters. He had more field goals in the fourth quarter than he did through the first 36 minutes of the game. And it's just amazing. You know, when you cover this team all season long, you kind of run out of superlatives for both of these guys, and it's no surprise, especially after you see what Kyrie Irving did tonight here in the fourth.
He's a really, really gifted scorer, and you pair him with another gifted scorer, and this team is tough when they start to defend and really do the little things to win the game. Offensively, they've always been gifted, even last year when they were struggling defensively, but now that you put the defensive effort along with the offensive firepower they have, this team's going to be a hard team to beat in the playoffs.
All right, you got the turnover thing. That we covered that at halftime.
We did.
We gave the tip of the cap at halftime with the turnovers for the Nets. He talked about that in the pregame show. He also said DeJounte Murray would miss one of those 2 free throws. And my partner tonight also said, did you see that Kyrie Irving changed his sneakers? You were right. And we have proof.
Yeah, and sometimes when you have a subpar first half like he did, sometimes there's a wardrobe change that's needed, and a fresh pair of sneakers usually gets the job done. And sometimes you go to the All Blacks, you get good things to happen, and it's the red that sticks out. And I just kind of noticed that black sneakers in the second half, and then it's something I would do.
He started with the red.
Yes.
He went to the black. Now, you said it's something you would do.
Yes.
How many times would you say you've done that in your career?
I mean, probably 5 or 6 times where I just had, I didn't have a half like he had, but that's upon him. Like, that's probably a bad half. But if I'm going 0 for 8, 0 for 9 the first half, I'm changing the jersey, I'm changing the shorts, socks, and the shoes, coming out with a fresh feel. And usually, look good, feel good. Usually second half is better.
Well, he looked good. He felt good. We saw that, dropping those 13 points, or 15 points rather, in the fourth quarter to finish with 28 and lead the Nets to their 10th straight victory. When we come back, Devin and I continue to break down this exciting finish in Atlanta. We'll hear from head coach Jacque Vaughn. 10 in a row for the Nets. We're back with more on the postgame show right after this. We're back with our key to the game. It was the way the Nets tightened up on defense in the second half tonight. And you could see it. Points allowed, 44 in the second half. And the Hawks started 4 of 5 from downtown in this game. Since that, 4 for 17 to wrap things up. Let's get the thoughts of a very emotional Jacque Vaughn after his team's 1-point victory to give him 10 straight.
Okay. Well.
After a win like that, what was your message to your group going back to that locker room?
Oh, I think the urgency that we showed in the third quarter was pretty impressive. We weren't satisfied the way we played the first half. And that group in the third quarter, they only gave up 17 points. We gave up 44 points in the second half overall. So just more locked in defensively. We talked about, taking pride in guarding the basketball, and whoever is in front of you being able to guard them and take that challenge on, and just lean into competing. And we did that really in the second half. A lot of great efforts, whether it was the block shots we had tonight, whether it was the rebounds by Kay tonight, the shot making and ability to defend by Kai. So a lot of great efforts all the way around.
Put a lot obviously he's come up big and he has a clutch gene in him, but what allowed Kai to get going in that late stretch where you guys really needed that offense?
It really doesn't take much. We kind of got off our rotation a little bit because I didn't want to use the extra timeout in the first, and Nate didn't either, so we both let our guys run basically the 12 minutes. So he didn't start the second, but when he got rhythm, it doesn't take much, Brian. Started from a little 10-footer, then the next thing you know, they were pressing up against him. He gets to the paint, adds in a 3 to that, and, man, off you go from there. It doesn't take much.
Jacque, obviously that's 10 straight. You guys have been rolling for about a month now. How would you describe the belief that's in the locker room now compared to a month and a half, 2 months ago?
Yeah, Nick, you just think about all the ways that we have won, which is pretty interesting. I'm going to use the word impressive also, whether it is not having the full squad in Indiana, whether it's coming back from double digits from Toronto and Detroit, whether it's winning at home versus a quality team as Milwaukee, doing it on the road versus Cleveland, being down tonight and still having the belief, whether it was double digits, I think we're 9 or somewhere around there at halftime, but still believing that we could play better, that we could turn this thing around, and it is belief, and that's a huge part of the NBA is the confidence and belief. matter what situation, you can come out on the other side.
What have you seen from the group? You talk about the belief, but there's something that's so impressive when it comes down to those clutch games. You've mentioned the word poise, and what have you seen from the guys allow them to find that poise and to kind of still stay in it?
Megan, it really boils down to the individuals really understanding what our goal was when we set on this together, is that when your number is called, that you're available and that you're ready to play, and you're professional, and we're going to treat you that way. I'm going to talk to you as a professional, mature-like. And a great example is Patty tonight, and we needed his 3 threes. Imagine we didn't have that in that stretch in the second. And to see him work out yesterday on a day off and go through, not on him, Keith did also, and a couple other guys, but to see the professionalism, let the young guys see him work, and then being able to produce. It's a little bit of that all wrapped into the belief, the momentum, us covering for each other, and just believing that everybody's going to be used. This team, a great piece of who we are is the depth that we have. We've seen it, we've used it, we're going to continue to use it. So it's evidence in games like this.
You talked about when guys are coming back. So, I mean, you get Seth back. Obviously, you used him in that second quarter. He and Patty, that was like there was a little bit of defensive struggle on that. You've got Joe coming back eventually, whenever that is. Just how much of a challenge is it when you have guys coming in and out and you have to keep rejiggering, if not your starting lineup, at least your rotations?
Yeah, and it's going to happen. Hopefully, knock on wood, we'll have everybody available at some point. Definitely want that problem. We'll continue to have those conversations with guys, whether it is, last couple games, TJ's been the first sub off the bench, and we're trying to see if that has a place. The piece of having Seth out there, still trying to figure out what's the best group with him. Love that he's with that second group and they get to play fast, but we are small at times with that second group, and we paid for it sometimes. The people can put it on the bounce and drive us. So I don't mind having that problem, Brian. My conversations will continue with those dudes about when they're going to play, if they're in the rotation, out of the rotation. Same conversation I had with Cam yesterday, being extremely honest with him, and he got to be professional, and his time will come back around, and I know he'll be ready. So those conversations will continue to have on a daily basis with each individual.
What was your vantage point on that? Well, not the three-pointer, obviously that was a given, but DeJounte's drive, where you kind of bottled him up there.
Yeah, overall, just having multiple bodies in front of him. I thought overall, over the course of the night, we committed to multiple bodies, after that first half when they were just driving us to the rim, really collapsing, boxing out, being at the rim. Multiple bodies, it makes it tough for a guy to get all the way to the rim.
Coach, just going back on the defense, going back on the defense, it looks like Nick Claxton is really in for things there.
Yeah, we, part of the message at halftime was each individual taking on the challenge to guard the guy in front of you. And whether that was Royce O'Neal versus Bogdanovich in a great possession in front of our bench. But we lean on Nick a lot. And he produces for us and continues to. And we need him. And we love him. And we're going to continue to ask him to do everything for us. Block shots, rebound, run the floor, play perimeter guys. Play, post guys, but we got to give him help. And the other guys got to not take him for granted and realize that we have a job as individuals to guard the guy in front of us as well.
When your best player steps up and gives you 16 rebounds,
Yeah.
Toward that end,
Yeah.
You can say over and over and over again, we need to help Nick, but does it make it easier for you to preach that when KD gets 16 boards?
Without a doubt, Brian, that is spot on. And we'll watch some of those clips, and those were in traffic, I'm going to get it kind of rebounds. 16, pretty impressive. Probably the most impressive, though, was the block and the ball goes out of bounds, and he dives on the floor, and we get the possession. And possessions like that where, yes, that's KD doing that. And makes it easier for me to coach the rest of the group for sure. All right, guys.
Thoughts from Jacques Vaughn there. And I want to go back to the question Megan asked him about the hustle, and he just brought it back around at the end. So the alpha and omega is Kevin Durant. 16 rebounds, as they just mentioned. That's phenomenal. 2 assists shy of a triple-double. But it's those hustle plays we talked about in the pregame show trickling down from the superstars, and we saw a big-time one tonight with Kevin Durant.
No, we did. The huge block, as we see right here, getting back in transition, gets the block right here of DeJounte Murray and has the wherewithal to actually go out and save it, hustle play off the... When you got your best player giving that kind of effort, showing that he wants to win that badly, it has to affect the rest of the guys. And you see that's the leadership that he's talking about. That's the professionalism and just the ability to want to win. That's how you get a 10-game winning streak when your best player is giving you that kind of effort.
Yeah, 26 points, 16 rebounds, 8 of 17 from the floor, and those 8 assists. And I want to go back to something Jacques Vaughn said also, and that was the intensity that went up in that third quarter. And I made it a point after that play, Devin, to watch the rest of his teammates, and they picked it up. I mean, it really channels through him.
It does, and knowing that, you know, when you have a subpar first half, and I told you at halftime they're going to step it up in the third quarter,
did.
and it's going to be Kevin Durant because he understands.
You need to change your Twitter handle to Dev Stradamus. You really do.
But you get to see the way they play, and he has that mindset, like, okay, we're a little bit sluggish. What can I do to get this team to pick up? Not only can he score and get other people involved, but, you know, a lot of defensive things, you know, getting rebounds, you know, getting blocks, hustling back in transitions, because he knows if guys see him, you know, given that kind of effort, it's going to pick everybody else up.
And remember, this is a guy who said, I want to practice. He's not just practicing, he's playing too. So is Kyrie Irving. The Nets win by 1. We're going to step aside, take another break here on the postgame show. When we come back, we will have more reaction from this one and full game highlights. KD with the swat and the save. Kyrie with the sick handle and the lay-in. We're back with more right after this.
The Nets postgame show on Yes is brought to you in part by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play.
Chris Shear and Devin Harris back here with full game highlights of this one. Kyrie Irving in the first, fakes the drive to the net, stays behind the arc, drains the 3, breaks some ankles along the way. Aaron Holiday, I don't think he was very appreciative of that.
No.
Not at all. Late in the quarter, Kevin Durant lobs it up to Nick Claxton. How much has he grown?
As a playmaker, you know, I think it's time in Golden State really, you know, he focused on that, not learning how to play off the ball, but learning how to get other guys involved as well.
Time winding down to DeJounte Murray. Driving to the net, works his way through, floats it in. Hawks up by 3. Second quarter, Jalen Johnson running towards the net, lays it in. Your fellow Wisconsinite there.
Yes. That's what we do. Nice spin move there with the finish.
3-point play, put the Hawks up by 6. Later, Durant with the ball, loses it. Bogdanovich nails the 3, 14 off the bench for him. Hawks up 15, their largest lead. Time winding down. Patty Mills kept the Nets in the game in the second.
And this is a huge play. You know, Patty was huge in the second quarter. Off the double team, the swing, you have to give up something. Open 3 for Patty.
What have you seen out of Claxton this season in his growth?
He's really learning how to understand how to play. Defensively, he's been a dog. And offensively, really becoming a big part of his offense, especially off the double teams.
Talk about a dog. How about Kyrie switching hands and getting the lefty floater to fall tied at 74. Later, Kevin Durant gets the ball smacked away by Holiday. He passes it to Johnson, brings it in for the jam. Hawks up by 3 there. About 2 minutes left in the third. Durant dishing it, 2 assists shy of a triple-double, gets this one to Royce O'Neal.
They said you got to make a decision. You got to give up open 3s on the weak side. You can continue to double them. O'Neal with the big 3 right there from the top.
Tied it at 79. Irving driving down the court here. He gets to the arc and lets it fly. This started the barrage. A Kyrie personal 8-0 run. That ended the barrage, let me say. Nets up 93-82. He was feeling it, to say the least. Later, Irving driving to the net. This is my favorite one of the night.
Waiting for the contact, just hanging just a bit.
Yep. Puts the Nets up by 6 with the 3-point play under 2 minutes left. Holiday with the ball. And he will tie things up just under 2 minutes left. Ice in his veins. Next, Durant. Aaron, whatever you could do, I could do better.
Get to the left. It could have been an and one right there. A little contact at the end.
Moments later, turnover by the Nets. As the ball goes through Kyrie Irving's hands, little scramble for it, a foul called. DeJounte Murray would go to the free throw line. He would make one of two. Kyrie looking to ice it here from downtown, does not make it. John Collins rips down his 7th board of the second half. The Hawks get the last shot here, off the mark, and then how about Bogdan Bogdanovic?
That's going to cost you.
How much?
About 25K.
25K! Game summary is brought to you by Infinity, as Bogdanovic will probably get fined there for booting the ball into the stands. Kevin Durant, as we mentioned, 2 assists shy of a triple-double. He had 2 of the Nets tied for season high in blocks with 13. Oh, by the way, 6 of those, Nick Claxton. DeJounte Murray filled it up too, 24, 9, and 8 for him. Nets, 10-game winning streak, their longest since the 05-06 season, when their head coach, Jacques Vaughn, came off the bench during that 14-game winning streak, which is tied for the highest winning streak in Nets franchise NBA history. But you look at how they're winning games, Devin. You know, sometimes when you're not having things go your way, you lose these close games. But the Nets battle back, they weather the storm, and they pick up the W here.
Yeah, and they're winning in different ways.
Right.
And they're learning how to win as a team. And once that belief that they have starts to come to fruition, and like I said, no matter what lead that they may have to come against, whether they're blowing teams out, whether it's on the road, whether it's at home, they're putting all these, storing all these wins in the bank, because come playoff time, you're going to win in different ways, and they're doing it in a very impressive, I think is the way he said it in the pregame, impressive way,
yeah.
Because it's, against good teams, against teams that are not so good. And they're doing it against everybody. And looking at the schedule, they could probably get to 12 or 13 if they keep playing at this type of level.
Well, you answered my next question, which was going to be how important is that, because you're going to probably win games like that in the playoffs, but you answered it. But take us through that last sequence and just tell us what you see in that last play.
Yeah, well, Kyrie's going to get to a spot. In the right side of the floor, it's his spot. This is where he hits some of the biggest shots in his career. And I don't mind the look. He's capable of making the shot, but it doesn't go in. And Nate does the proper thing by allowing this team to go. And you got multiple guys on the ball, which makes it a tough for him to drive, and then you give up a tough pull-up shot. You don't want to foul in that situation, which they did, and you get the proper stop.
Yeah, DeJounte Murray had himself a heck of a game, as we mentioned. 24 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. He just doesn't get that one to fall, and the Nets win their 10th in a row. We're going to step aside, take another break here on the Nets post-game show. They win 108-107 out in Atlanta. Devin and I will have more when we come back right here on Yes, and streaming, of course, on the Yes app. When the Nets went down by 15, Devin, Patty Mills really kept him in this game in the second quarter.
Yeah, coming off the bench, this is what Patty does, 3-point shots, and these were huge in those second quarter comeback. And Jock talked about his professionalism, not knowing if he's going to play or not, but always being ready to play. And these 3-point shots, exactly what they needed at the right time.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, because Jacques Vaughn also brought up the fact that, on a day off when he's getting his work in, the young players see, he's not in the rotation all the time too,
right,
but he's still going to get his work in, and he's going to be ready. So he set the example, went out there, scored 9 big points for the Nets tonight, and moments ago, our Megan Triplett caught up with Patty Mills.
Patty, from your perspective, what was the difference maker there in the second half?
Yeah, I think just being able to lock into our game plan a little bit more, probably mentally more than anything, and understand, how we need to win the game. And it was on the defensive end. You saw us turn it up a notch in terms of just being aggressive and locking in. And, when everyone's hitting on all cylinders, it's special to watch.
Jock mentioned how they needed your threes and how, just for your professionalism, it brings so much to this group. What would you say what's been like to kind of be that leader of this locker room, and particularly to the young guys?
Yeah, just finding a way to continue to lead, continue to be a professional and go about your craft in a way to be able to stay ready whenever your number is called upon. But yeah, I think that's the most important part.
And what have you seen during this 10-game winning streak that's kind of been the biggest push to lead this charge?
I think the ability of the team to be able to come together on and off the court. You're seeing trust in everyone and you know, whether it's on defense, whether it's sharing the ball, making big plays, making big shots. You know, you start to see the team gel and you know, count on one another, which is important to be the last team standing.
Chuck mentioned belief. How would you describe the belief level now compared to even a month ago?
I think the evidence is in the pudding. You know, we've been able to show ourselves what we can do, and now it's just being able to be professional enough to be consistent with it. But you know, we've proven ourselves the way that we want to play on both ends of the floor. Now I think it's just a matter of being consistent with it.
And for to see Kyrie have a fourth quarter like that at this point, are you shocked anymore? But it seemed like even like the audience were left flabbergasted at some of those plays.
Yeah, I think as a teammate, you I don't think it's surprising, but it's still unbelievable to watch. You know, when you have games on the line like that, where you know we felt like we gave up a lead there in the second half, where you feel like you know you should put teams away, and I think that's the next level of our growth as a team. But you know, knowing that you have that ability to be able to hand the ball off and do your thing is pretty handy to have.
It definitely is handy to have 13 points for Kyrie Irving through the first 3 quarters of the game, and then he steps up with 15 huge ones in the fourth quarter. And he had 8 of those points, Devin, in the first 2 minutes and 40 seconds of the fourth quarter.
And like Josh said, it doesn't take much to get him going. And once you see the ball goes in a couple of times, you know, his ability to create shots in space is next level. And then, you know, obviously when you walk into one, you know, scorched the earth type of shots. And then, you know, now when he's in his bag, you see the creativity coming out. And there's nobody that finishes better against big guys than a small guy like Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving hits that one off of one leg, then that move was just sick and unbelievable. Then he hits the long 3, then he hangs in the air, gets the contact on John Collins, then the move to the hole there, then the stop, pop, and drop from the free throw line. And you look at his last 8 games, averaging close to 30 points per game, nearly 52% from the field, just over 6 boards and 5.5 assists. And moments ago, Kyrie talked with the media.
After tonight's game, you're now leading the NBA most scoring scoring point per game, and which means you are now the most clutch player in the league right now. What does it mean to you into that team?
It means a great deal knowing that we have trust to play our roles out there. You know, quarter to quarter, Jock has all the rotations, so I think we all, as teammates, just want to be aggressive with our minutes out there. But for me specifically, when that fourth quarter hits, it's winning time, and that's all I really know. And when I'm out there with that group to start the fourth, I know K's resting a little bit, so I just got to, you know, raise my aggression level and raise my efficiency up. And I'm grateful to have the trust of my teammates and the coaching staff.
This guy, just want to go back to your effort again, not only yourself individually, but the team when it comes to defense.
I think we have that switch in the third and fourth quarter where we start really leaning in on our schematic adjustments on the defensive end. Our effort raises, and we just start making the right basketball plays. That first half was kind of weird. It was kind of funky. They got it going a little bit. I ended up playing the whole entire first quarter, so our minutes got, you know, a little dragged out. You know, guys didn't have their normal minutes. I usually come out with 3 minutes left to go in the first or something like that. So, you know, we just had to play the minutes with the guys that we have, and we trust them, and we went out there in the second half and did what we had to do.
Kyrie, Jack mentioned the belief in the group is as strong as he feels it's been all year. How would you compare where it's at right now compared to where it was at even a month ago, 6 weeks ago?
think we're just taking it day by day.
What was, I apologize if you were asked already, your vantage point on the last play when you guys stopped DeJounte?
I'm glad we had enough awareness as a team to know that DeJounte was coming up. It looked like he was trying to get his rhythm. I ended up being on him. He turned me around somehow on that crossover. He ended up missing the shot. But I feel like we put ourselves in that position down the stretch. We should have closed them out. I feel like with 4 minutes, 3 minutes left to go, but they kept, coming at us. And when we're going on the road against these teams and everybody wants to beat us, then that's something to expect. So we're glad that we got a chance to close this out, and best reps are game reps.
As you look back at the last 10 games, as you guys have been 10 straight, what do you think the single biggest key has been over this last stretch of games?
I don't know if it's a single key. I just think it's a collective effort, for all of us to really buy into what we have going on here, and that's the big picture. We're not trying to rush it. We're not trying to plan out our future too far ahead. Just trying to take it day by day. And, when we prepare, I think that's really the strength of our team is when we're locking in with one another before the game and just going out there and executing.
Ultimately, I mean, that buy-in obviously has to come individually, right? Every individual in there has to agree to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But how difficult is that, from a coaching perspective, to get this many guys to buy in, to sacrifice for the greater good?
I think we just put it in perspective. I know I do individually of just, telling the guys that on a consistent basis, I don't take their talent for granted. As much as we've been through here in Brooklyn, some of the teammate changes, just some of the things that we've dealt with as an organization, I just think when we have that collective trust of everybody buying into the big picture and, we can look down the line and see we have talented guys, and that'll get you so far. But when you have guys willing to sacrifice and do the little things and put their body on the line, like KD jumping, getting that block and doing little things like that to start the third quarter, that makes a big difference in the flow of the game. And, whether we take a 1-point lead, 3-point lead going into the fourth, that matters. So these little details that we're just aware of game to game, I just think that we're doing a great job of talking and communicating when we come to the bench. Jock holding us accountable, him coming in as a head coach and really putting his own DNA on it, and us just following the game plan.
Kyrie, Curtis Bell, NBC News, nice to meet you. A basketball-related question, but not specific to this game. How much of a priority is it for you to find a sneaker home, and how important is it to consider SIA Collectives and other small minority-owned companies?
Well, number one, I'm in no rush to make any business decisions right now. I've been blessed enough to be drafted at 19 into a league that's the best in the world. And I've been plastered in an international marketplace, whether it be in China or whether it be in Australia where I was born or whether it be in Africa. I've built so many tribal relationships around the world. I just want to take my time. And in terms of SIA Collective, SIA Collective, great brand, great brothers, great operation team behind the scenes. But again, I'm looking for a home where we can build a huge marketplace and I can have some ownership. And that takes time to build. So I'm willing to stay patient, but work with people that are willing to work with me. And SIA Collective has been a great brand to converse with. And I just don't want to settle with one. I think I just want to keep my options open and look for ownership and enjoy the free agency for a little bit. It's been a long time coming. And I think there are a lot of details that are going to come out in the future about what was actually going on. And I think once my platform is actually created on when I can do that, then we'll share that. But shout out to SIA Collective, SIA Collective, and everybody that's been recruiting me during this process. I'm appreciative, but I'm definitely not going to go back into a similar contract that I was in or any type of situation or circumstance that I was in similar to what I was at the other brand. So.
Thanks, Kyle.
The borough of Brooklyn has two Batmans, and they were defending there on the last play as DeJounte Murray misses a last chance attempt for the Hawks to win this one. When we come back, we'll hear from the other Batman, Kevin Durant. That's next right here on Yes. Take a look now at the longest winning streaks in the NBA franchise history of the Nets, including playoffs. Right now, the Nets are at 10, which is the longest streak in the NBA this season, and it's tied for 4th best in NBA franchise history. For Brooklyn, moments ago, Kevin Durant met the media. Here is what KD had to say.
From 50 and up to sweating it out at the end, what was your vantage point, I guess, on the very last play where you guys had to dig in and get the defensive stop? Well, I guess the 2 last plays on DeJounte, where you guys collapsed and then...
Did he miss that one?
You guys collapsed on him.
Yeah.
And then you forced a miss 3.
Yeah, I think, how many points they had that second half? What, 44? What's I said, yeah.
17 and 3rd.
Yeah.
63 in the first.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the whole second half, we were there for each other. We made a couple adjustments on a couple guys, and we were able to execute that and slow them down just a little bit. We were down, 15 at one point. You know, they were hot. This team plays extremely hard against us. It's always a tough matchup against them, young, athletic team. But I think we did a solid job there, just forcing DeJounte to shoot over a hand. He's such a long, athletic player. That's about all you can do with him. So I think we did a good job and also rebounded well afterwards. Yeah.
This is obviously 10 straight. As you go back through this stretch, is there something that you can point to and say, okay, this clicked more than something else earlier in the season?
No, it's not one thing. I mean, it's first off, it's a group effort. Everybody has to bring it in order for us to be a good team. I think we got to execute on the small parts of the game, the detailed parts of the game. That's going to help us get better, boxing out, rebounding, keeping the ball in our hands, not fouling, shooters, stuff like that. So it's a lot of stuff we went over the last few weeks, and in order for us to kind of figure out what type of team we want to be, you know. So we're moving the ball, we covering for each other on the defensive side of the ball. You know, we want to guard one-on-one, not rely too much on help, stuff like that. You know? So we've been preaching a lot of different things. You know, Jock is doing a good job of keeping us aware of what we need to do to get better in game, right after the game, you know, in practice. You know, so he's staying on us, and that's always good for a team.
To that, the other night we were talking about focus, and you were saying you felt like everybody always be focused. Tonight, Jock mentioned the word belief. How does that get strengthened within a team over a stretch of time, and you guys have the success that you have?
Yeah, I mean, when you follow the game plan, it works, you know. Start believing more and more in what we're doing every day. I felt like we didn't have an identity to start the season, and then we started to figure it out as these last few weeks, this last month or so, starting to move. We figuring out our identity as a team, and you know, you walk into every game believing that, all right, if we stick to this template and to this structure that we have, we'll be fine regardless of what goes on in the game. Up and downs, you know, get down big, get up big and lose the lead. I think just knowing what we want to do every time we step on the floor keeps our mind at ease, and we'll have that belief in, you know, whatever Jock tells us.
You talked about doing the little things throughout the course of the game. Were you more fired up about your block there than you were about any basket?
I was more fired up about I was able to save it.
Yeah, the block. And then
yeah, the block was cool, but being able to still recover the ball and get us a possession, I think that was a fun part. I don't get a lot of opportunities to like make that, you know, a dirty play like that, you know. So it felt good to get my hands dirty a bit, get on the floor, get a couple floor burns, you know. So it ignites our team. That just deflates their team a little bit. It does a lot. So as much as I can, try to just make plays defensively. You know, I try to do it to change momentum a bit.
And when Jock is always professing to the team, we need to rebound, guys need to come back in, guys need to help Nick. When you have a season high boards like you did, some of them in traffic, does that make it easier for Jock to kind of profess that message? When he puts on film, he says, our best player's doing this. The rest of you don't do this.
Yeah, he doesn't put it like that. I mean, he doesn't put it like that because it's like we all supposed to be on the same level, you know, as far as like teaching. Like we all got to box out. We all got to come in there and grab rebounds. It's just not about like, look,
shit, Ed's doing this, okay, you got to do it. Or Clack's doing this, okay, you got to be better at it. So I think we hold each other accountable, and he uses everybody to send a message to everyone. You know what I mean? When we talked about the box out thing a month ago, he told Cam, well, Cam, now that you're good at box out, you can tell the other guys who aren't as good, what to do, So it's good that we police ourselves and our coaches policing ourselves, but I wouldn't say that he's, saying it like that just puts me on a different level than my teammates. I like to be on an even playing field.
KD, it's a strange question to ask for a team on a 10-game winning streak, but you feel your best basketball is ahead of you because you've got players coming back from injury?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you want to have your best basketball ahead of you. We don't want to be peaking at this point. I think we see some stuff that we can obviously get better at. We see some stuff that work, but it comes down to the individual and, how bad you want it and how much you're going to bring to the team, because it's all about guarding your man one-on-one and also making shots, and that's basketball, So we got a nice template, like I said, a nice structure, but each individual got to keep bringing it every day and follow the game plan. And I feel like all of us can keep getting better individually and bring that to the group as a collective.
KD and the Nets will close out 2022 when they try for their 11th consecutive win Saturday night on New Year's Eve. Brooklyn is going to visit Charlotte with coverage on Yes and the Yes app starting at 6:30 on the FanDuel pregame show. Nets have won each of their first 2 meetings with the Hornets, including the first victory of the winning streak back on December 7th at Barclays Center. And Charlotte right now is just a game ahead of Detroit for the worst record in the league. So, Devin, you hear it all the time, trap game. How do you avoid losing a trap game like this?
Well, you got to keep your focus. Last game of the road trip, you want to come out and finish strong, especially when you have a winning streak like you have in a team that you're supposed to beat. They have LaMelo Ball back. He's been back. But this team should win the game. If they do the little things, the detailed things, they should definitely come out on top.
Yeah, the things you've been talking about the past 2 games. That's going to do it for us here on the post-game show. Don't forget, once again, our final score from Atlanta, Nets 108, Hawks 107. An exciting finish concludes with Brooklyn winning its 10th straight game. Remember, our New Year's Eve coverage begins at 6:30 on Saturday night now. For Devin and all of us here at Yes, I'm Chris Sheeran. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Siri, you have anything? Or
No, time to go.
She's good?
Yeah, she's good.
All right, Siri's good. We'll see you Saturday.